Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our pre-match press conference before our game tomorrow against Hyderabad FC. We're currently joined by our head coach Juan Ferrando and defender Aibanbha Dohling. If you have any questions for either of them, use the raise hand option, and I'll come to you. Any? Satik, please go ahead.
Hello, Aiban. I have a question for Aiban actually. Aiban, even though your team has won the last two matches, conceding goals has been a concern for them. Do you feel it is difficult to face Hyderabad FC, who are coming into this game after scoring 5 against Northeast?
I think the last two games we played, I think as a team. So it doesn't really concern us about the Hyderabad result against Northeast, but we are well prepared for the game tomorrow. Like we are prepared for every aspect of the game, and we're just looking forward to it tomorrow. It's a big game, and we have to be ready. Everyone has to be 100% and give our best. That's it.
I have two questions for the coach. Can I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
Coach, the team is really performing well, and the players are really have started to deliver actually. So, do you think at this very point, Ortiz's suspension will harm the momentum your team has been gaining?
This moment, the most important details for me is that the team is put focus in tomorrow against Hyderabad. Also, it's very important that 29 players be ready. Of course, exists injuries, exists in this case one red card in the case of Jorge. But I think it's very important to put focus only in the next 90 minutes. The rest of the details, I think it's not so important because it's distraction for the team.
Coach, one more thing. Last match, Devendra really played very well. So, how happy are you with his performance?
My point of view of 100%, I'm not very happy. We can improve a lot. I think it's some details in transitions, in a positional attack, in the control the space. It's necessary to work more compact in some points of the moment of the game. Also, the game is 90 minutes, and sometimes we have not put attention in tactical details, and it's very important immediately to change these details for the team, for the club, also for the players.
Thank you, coach. All the best for tomorrow.
Thank you. Vinayak, do you have a question? I saw your hand raised.
Yes, I have a question. I have one question for Coach Juan Ferrando. That is, the next game is against Hyderabad FC, a team who loves to have fluidity in their gameplay as well as who loves to hit their opposition during transitions. So, considering the fact that FC Goa have struggled with during transitional, especially transitions during defending, especially, do you think that it will be very much difficult? It will be the most difficult part of the game as far as defending of the transitions done by Hyderabad FC is concerned.
I think it's tomorrow is a difficult game because it exists a good balance in this team about the young players with a very good physical condition and with experienced players. You know, with the center back Juan Fran, with Javi, with Ombeche, and also with the balance of the young players. In this case, they have a very good mixed team. In this case, of course, it is necessary to put attention in transitions because sometimes they find the spaces. They know the timing, where is the best moment of the transition in attack, where is the best moment to keep calm and be ready for the positional in attack. Exists a lot of details are very important for us to be controlled because, from my point of view, it's maybe it's the best team in these points. And the plans of the Hyderabad in the 5 games, also in the last season, and I think it's so happy about the level of the football.
Thank you, Coach.
Hi, Coach. Coach, how are you approaching tomorrow's game against Hyderabad? Because they are a team who maintain a rigid kind of defense and they have just conceded some goals in their matches.
Yeah, but I think it's not only FCY. You can watch the games. Yesterday, for example, 3-3. 2 weeks ago, 0-4. Odisha Youngspur in 45 minutes. We are talking about the goals conceded. I think it's not only FCY. I think in this moment, in this league, there are a lot of goals because sometimes exist some mistakes or not, or because the teams are better in positional attack, you know. But I think it's in my point of view, it's necessary to control some details in press. It's very important to control the second actions or the second line in press because for me this is the most important. Also, of course, exists another problems. It's the set pieces. Sometimes it's difficult for them to control the man-to-men, maybe because there don't exist a lot of experienced players in these situations, or also because the set pieces of the opponents are good actions, good strategy. You know, maybe the last season the corners was sold directly to point of penalty. In this case, no, exist blocks, exist control the attack, the first post, exist. It's very important study a lot of details.
Coach, how do you rate Hyderabad FC?
How do you read?
Hyderabad FC.
How do you view as a Hyderabad?
In my point of view, repeat, it's very good team. I think in my point of view is the last season the performance was good, and then in this season they continue in the same line. They improve game by game, and I think it's a good team with the balance of the experience and the young players.
Question to Aiban. Aiban, coach implemented the 3-man defense strategy since the last 2 matches. So how do you see your role there?
I think everyone in the team like we didn't have much time to prepare about the system or whatever, but as a player we have to be ready, you know, like the coach anytime can change the system. He can play a different system with any team, but we just have to be ready as a player. Everyone in the team is very important here. So we have like 29 players, as he said. So everyone is important, and we just have to be ready at any game and any situation. So we just have to be ready and help each other.
Thank you, Aiban. Coach, I have a question from Thiman Sarkar, writing for the Hindustan Times. His question is, data shows that throw-ins are being used as an attacking weapon more than ever. Why do you think that is happening? And does FC Goa spend time at training using long throws as an attacking weapon and also for practicing defending against them?
It's necessary to prepare all details. Of course, repeat, is not in football and also in sports, it's not exist real statistic. You work one set pieces and then you have success in defense, offensive. No. Sometimes depend of the game, depend of the moment, depend of the feelings, depend of the emotional, depend of the exist before the action exists foul on the foul. There are a lot of details. For me, the most important is all the time explain the same. It's minute by minute in the pitch to be confident, and then step by step. If 1, 2, 3, 4 players are confident in the pitch, the rest of the team is the same. Yeah, and then no exist problems about attack, transition, set pieces. I think it's game is 90 minutes. In 90 minutes, is the team is in different moments with more confidence. Maybe no, maybe the feelings are good, maybe the feelings are not good. There are a lot of details. It's not possible to control in 90 minutes. Of course, we put attention and we put a lot of energy in the points we can improve or we can control. But the rest, sometimes it's difficult. It's necessary to help them with substitutions or maybe to change the plan of the game or depend of the moment.
Coach, could you add to this saying how important has throw-ins and long throw-ins become in the modern day football?
In my point of view here, because the pitch is not the space of the size of the pitch is so close, and then here is so easy to put throw-ins immediately like a corner. But I don't like so much because one detail, when you decide to put one throw-in, the ball is in the air. When the ball is in the air, it's 50% for the defense team and 50% for the offensive team. For me, I like to in throw-ins keep calm, good positional, take control of the ball. This is, for example, in Premier League 10, 12 years ago exist these details. All the throw-ins were like a corners, But I don't like so much because I prefer control the ball. I prefer the team is big control about with the positional, and also the throw-in sometimes is we'll see what happens,
Thanks, Coach. Marcus?
Coach, I joined the press conference late, so I don't know whether this question was asked before. Coach, in the first 4 matches, you used 4 different set of foreign players. Only in the last match, you used the same foreign players who played the previous match. Like against Bangalore FC, you used the same 4 foreign players that played against East Bengal, which was not the case in the first 3 matches. Now with Ortiz missing out on the next match, you'll again have to change your 4 foreign players who you start with. So how difficult is it this season to find the right balance between the 4 foreign players that you choose?
In my case, in my team, the problem was, it's the first time Fox was injury, Aibanbha was injury also, and it was easy for us to choose the foreign players. Then step by step, Fox is better. Now he can participate in the team, he can play. And in case of Aibanbha, now is the last 2 weeks he start to training. Of course, the last game against Bengaluru, Aibanbha was difficult to participate in the team because after the red cut of Jorge, it's not possible to change the foreign players. But for me in this season, the most important is to find the balance. Of course, it's difficult because sometimes we have problems with, in this case, red cards or with injuries, But sometimes it's necessary to think about your plan, to prepare the plan, and then decide the best foreign players. It's not so easy. course, it's not so easy, but for me, the most important is firstly the performance of the foreign players, and then prepare the plan about who is possible to help in this plan.
Yeah, I have a question for Aiban. Aiban, after the losses in the first 3 games, how was the mood within the dressing room, and how did the players keep motivating themselves, saying that everybody expected so much from FC Goa? So how did the players rise up to the challenge in the 4th match?
Yeah, as we all know, it's not a good start of the season, but as a professional, we just have to cope with it. Everyone is hurt, to be honest. Everyone is hurt in the club. This club is about winning, so everyone is hurt. I know, from the staff, from the players, from the management, the fans, everyone is hurt. But I think we as a player, we as a group of players here, staff including, we have to stick together, I think, through this tough period. But now I think we have come out as a team, and we have improved. So there's always thing to improve, and I think we are looking forward to it, and we'll improve as the game come by. So we'll improve every game. That's it.
Thank you, and all the best. All the best, coach.
Srivats, you have a question?
Coach, any player injury update? If anyone will miss the match tomorrow?
Continue with Brandon. Brandon continue in process of the recovery. And then, of course, we have some players with some problems, but we'll see, because today is the last training, and we'll see with the medical staff. They are working now, and at the end of the training this night, maybe tomorrow morning, we can decide the squad. But 100% Brandon is out.
Thank you. All the best for the match, coach.
Any other question? You can use the raise hand option, or I'll bring this to an end. I don't see any hands raised. Thank you, coach. Thank you, Aiban. Thank you, everyone who has joined us, and everyone who is watching us on YouTube.